Hey, what's up everybody? It's David here with Tough Guys TV. On this episode, we're going to be focusing on the pinpoint functionality of the S1 by XTool. Now the S1 doesn't have a camera system built in like some other lasers, but their pinpointing process is very accurate and very easy to use. So in this video, that's what we're going to be covering. I'll have a link up here to a video that shows the unboxing and the overall setup of the S1 if you're looking for that. But otherwise, let's get started so I can show you how to do it. All right, to kick this one off, we are going to start with a circle. It's a pretty easy shape to use. We had a pre-cut circle from 1/8 inch basswood, so we're going to use that. You're going to start by doing the marking tool or the mark processing area, and then you're going to select circle from the predefined choices. Once you select circle, you're going to move the laser module and mark 3 points around the edge. Once you get the laser where you want it, you press the button each time. It'll put a corresponding red dot on your screen. Again, 3 dots for a circle, and then the software will map out a perfect circle shape for you, which will tell you exactly where you're able to place your engraving design. Once you have your shape defined and your design ready to go, before you do anything else, you need to set your depth. In order to do that, you're going to place the crosshairs directly over the shape that you're going to be engraving onto, and then let the system do the auto depth sensing feature. Once that is completed, if you have any nervousness about the shape or area, you can do the framing function, which when you press the button, it will show you exactly where you're going to be engraving. The overall process to do this only takes about a minute. It really is not a difficult process. When you close the lid, you can press the button to start the process. It'll tell you an estimated time to complete the project, and then you can go ahead and get it started. And this seems like a good opportunity to say, hey, if you like the video, please consider subscribing. It helps us to keep making cool videos like this for you. Now next up, we're going to take a bunch of random shapes. These are all cut out of acrylic. Now the reason for so many different shapes is I want to show what it would be like if you're doing a batch job. So you lay those shapes out onto the base, and then you go through one by one and you mark the edges as the software tells you. So remember, you have circle, square, polygon, triangle. These are predefined shapes that are within the software. Once you have them all marked, you're going to see the same thing you saw with the circle. It's going to mark each shape as you marked them as you went. Now, even if you were by yourself, this process would go very fast, but I'm lucky I had my son and our new helper in the shop to assist with the process today. So for me, it went really quick. Now, the next step is to lay out what you're going to engrave. Remember, those predefined shapes show up in your main design plane so that you can add whatever designs you want for engraving or additional cutting. You can do that here. And just to be sure, I wanted to make sure I had all of them included. I went ahead and ran the framing function again, which sent the laser around the outside edge, and I could confirm that it did pick up all 5 of the pieces. Now, you do want to make sure you have the correct type of material selected for whatever you're going to be engraving, and it's good to go ahead and make sure you have your depth set again before you do the engraving or the cutting. Overall, this one took, I think, about 6 or 7 minutes to complete everything, and with the acrylic, we use these little shop cloths to wipe off any of the dust or residue that's left over from the engraving, but they come out really sharp and really clean when they're finished up. Now, the eye design on the triangle actually came out a little bit weird looking. I'm not sure why it did this, or if maybe it just moved inside the machine, but your guess is as good as mine. So now that we've shown wood and acrylic, I also wanted to show off these plastic nameplates that XTool sells. We have gold ones, and we also have some that have a chrome or silver finish. There's a tiny piece of plastic that's over the front of it to keep it nice and fresh. So after you peel that off, then you can load it into your machine and get it prepped and ready for an engraving. So for this one, I selected the rectangle or square shape after I set the depth, and then you just drag the laser module up to the top left corner and then down to the bottom right corner, and then it creates the perfect shape in the system for me to use. And why not give myself a shout out as the world's best dad, because after all, showing your kids how to use a super cool laser like this, I think that counts for something. And the finished product looks great. The engraving was very clean, very minimal residue to wipe off on the front of it. The last thing I could think of was trying a carpenter pencil out in the shop. So again, just lay that into the machine, and then we're going to mark the upper left-hand corner and the bottom right-hand corner, since again, this is just a long, skinny rectangle. Figured I would let the kids know that this is Dad's pencil, so stop stealing it when you come into the shop. And just like the other items we finished up today, the pencil turned out great as well. I am thankful that I had some good, solid, fresh help in the shop. new partner. Now, he doesn't have a name yet, so if you think of any funny names for this guy, leave those down in the comments for us. And all right, I hope this video helped you out. I hope if you are considering the S1 out of all the lasers you're looking at, that maybe this video helped you make that decision. Now, a camera would make things a little bit easier, I think, as far as batching out a ton of projects, but the pinpoint function has such a small margin for error that if you're looking for true precision, I think this might actually be the better choice. As always, there'll be links down in the description for you to check out anything that we had here in the video, and using those links does help the channel out, so we appreciate the support. And stay tuned for more from XTool and from the lasers and from me and from this guy over here, and we'll see you in the next video.